this was supposed to be my day off. I weren't supposed to do a video. I just thought, you know what, I'm going to give myself a rest. And then news came out that Diogo Jota's out for 2 months. And like now, if you're not gonna laugh, you're just gonna cry, aren't you? So I'm just gonna laugh about it, because what that means is we now miss Diogo Jota, who, by the way, has been our most informed player arguably this season, for 2 months. Now, it's not just 2 months and it's not just a couple of fixtures. It's the 2 busiest months of what is the busiest season ever. Boss. Obviously, I'm being sarcastic before all knobheads start going in the comments, well, how are you a Liverpool fan? And like saying boss. Cause Diogo Jota's out for 2 months, are you mad? And I'm not going to rant. I'm done with ranting about injuries. They happen. But the only thing I can offer to you is now the case that people brought before Midtjylland about the lineup, they now have a case to be angry. I done a video the other day and I said, you know what, I'm not going to get on Jurgen Klopp myself because we came out unscathed. But the only reason that I understand people's frustrations is because if anyone did get injured in that game, and this isn't me having a go at my manager, don't get it twisted, but if some players came out of that game more than unscathed, then that gives everyone fuel that was angry about that lineup and that selection. Now it's came out Diogo Jota's out for 2 months, and listen, I threw the argument out there that Diogo Jota, he's not ready for our first team, even though he has been our best player this season. I think when an informed Bobby is there and he's fit and he's firing, I don't think Diogo Jota gets in the team right now. That being said, Diogo Jota is still a massive part of our team, and with the set of fixtures that we've got coming up now, this means Divock Origi's going to need to play more, and let's just be honest, he doesn't look fucking interested when he's on the pitch. Maybe people might disagree with me, but I've just got to that point with Divock Origi that I don't think he's happy that we don't play to his strengths, and I will give it to him. He's one that you need to play to his strengths, but that's the thing, Liverpool is filled with quite a few individuals, and even though we play well as a team, if Divock Origi can't fit in with that squad of players, then maybe he needs to find another place. That being said, he is going to need to fill in a role that Diogo Jota's been pretty much performing at for the next few weeks, next 2 months. Minamino's going to need to play more. Thankfully, Oxlade-Chamberlain is back, and maybe there's a possibility that he can slot into one of the attacking roles, but quite frankly, people, I don't know, and I haven't seen the extent of the injury or whatnot. I just saw Diogo Jota's out for 2 months by numerous reports, and I just thought I'd come on and talk about what a problem this could cause for Liverpool, because it could, and I know I started the video laughing, but doesn't mean I'm happy, doesn't mean I'm happy. How many times have I started the video ranting about another injury? I'm done with it, people, I'm done with it, but this time it's a bit different, and it's like a little bit more fuel to the fire, because it came in a game where we didn't need to start Diogo Jota, and I know that it's just, we didn't need to play him. Trent didn't need to play, Salah didn't need to play. I mean, I know people were saying just give them minutes, but they didn't need to play. And then people will give the argument, but they train all the time, so they could get injured in training. It doesn't make a difference. No, but it does, because that's a big game for Midtjylland. Therefore, they're going to go for it. They want to beat us. So they're not going to go easy on challenges just because it's not important to Liverpool. Let's be real. Come on, let's get our thinking caps on. We should have been more cautious for that lineup. And I can't remember, did Diogo Jota come off because of the injury? Because I even said at half-time, and my live match reactions didn't end up coming out for Midtjylland. They'll return soon, by the way, definitely for the Fulham game tomorrow. But I said at half-time, take off Jota, take off Salah, take off Fabinho, take off Trent. You can do 5 subs. Take off all your main players. Leave Origi on. But he took Origi off. I'm not one to question my manager. I always say this, but sometimes, and people say, who are we to question Klopp? And even at one point I had that attitude, but we are allowed to question Klopp, because if he didn't play Jota, now we wouldn't have Jota out for 2 months, and I'm sure Klopp would prefer to be in that position right now. Just offering that to you. Now, yes, it could have happened in the Fulham game, but if Diogo Jota started in the Fulham game and he actually played and he got injured that way, then fair enough, he needed to play that game. Or I can't say you shouldn't have started Jota against Fulham, because I understand you want to rotate your squad. But the Midtjylland game, I just can't give a pass for that. And I'm not saying anything like mad about about Jurgen Klopp, but it's just, do you understand where I'm coming from, and do you understand my point of view? If I'm over-exaggerating, let me know why in the comments down below. But make sure that you've actually watched everything that I've said first, because people don't even watch everything that I say, and they'll write a comment, or they'll say something like, oh, you should have said this, and it'll have been said later on in the video. So make sure that you get my full opinion first before that you make a judgment in the comments down below, because everyone is welcome to an opinion. But if you're going to correct me, at least correct me on exactly what I said. Does that make sense? Because that's what I want to make sure I do with you when reading through comments and stuff. Now, what does this mean going forward? I've already said that it's going to need to see more of Origi, it's going to need to see more of Minamino, but also, on top of that, furthermore, you're going to have to see more of Mane, we saw that this season, especially recently, he's been slightly out of form, and we think that's due to the fact he's been playing game after game, and the work rate that Mane displays game after game. Mane isn't one who can step out on that pitch and put in 70%. He just can't do it. It's not in him. And if he has a bad performance, you still know he's put in 100%. Maybe it could just be his ability that day in terms of sometimes his finishing can be a little bit off. But Mane's huge to this team, and we need him fit and firing. And with the fact now we're going to need to call upon more football from Mane, now it really is time to see, can he step up in this period? Can Salah furthermore step up in this period? Because he stepped up so far this season. He's done a great job this season. He's been scoring goal after goal. But now we need him to stay actually fit. And he was someone who got a couple of kicks in the game against Midtjylland, didn't get it. But now we're going to need even more minutes from Mo. That's the only issue. Now, thankfully, we haven't got a Champions League game interrupting us every 2 minutes. But by the time December's over and January's over, by the way, the two most important, the two most busiest stages of the season, we're then going to have to start playing Champions League football again in the round of 16. So, and the FA Cup as well. So it's like this couldn't have came at a worse time. Just as Liverpool were starting to get in a better position in terms of injuries, now we're back to kind of square one, because now it's our attack that's looking quite vulnerable. Because yes, we still got Salah, Mane and Firmino, but how many games are they going to need to play? And who's to say, touch wood, that one of them won't drop in one of them many games that we're going to need to play over the next 2 months? I just think it's just not ideal. But it's also, what can I say? Jurgen Klopp's kind of backed us all into a corner in a way, because what can we say? Like, oh, we're playing too many fixtures. It's like, mate, you had a chance to rest your players. And you know that I always defend my manager when possible, but if I'm in a court right now and all these lawyers are saying this to me, I'm kind of like, well, and Jurgen's over there, I can't, Jurgen, what can I say, lad? Well, what do you mean? We gave you a day off. You could have started the under-12s and it would have been alright. What do you want me to say? It's a frustrating thing, because I've been defending him all season and I get the point he's trying to make, but just on this one thing, not anything else, just this one thing, I think he got it a bit off. I really, really do. And I didn't see the Jota injury as such a terrible thing at first, even when I found out it was a knock, even when I found out he could miss a game or two. But now that I've realised it's 2 months, I'm just sitting here and I'm reevaluating and I'm thinking, that was stupid. How else can I put it? It was stupid, and I can only put it down to, if this was a Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, if this was a Frank Lampard, if this was a Mikel Arteta, if this was a Pep Guardiola even, they would get ripped by their fans. And I'm not even saying rip Klopp, but we have to call them out on this one thing, because we're allowed to. That's our thing as fans. Now, do we still support them at Fulham? Yes. We'll forget about this injury in 2 weeks. Bear in mind, we'll forget, not forget, we'll adapt to the fact that we need to get used to without Jota for the next 2 months. We did it without Van Dijk, we're going to find a way to do it without Jota. We know that Firmino, Mane and Salah were still going to start the majority of the games anyway, so it was never going to be that bad. But when it gets to the FA Cup stages, when it gets to them other Premier League games that usually you'd be able to rest for, but now it's going to nearly be impossible, that's going to be the difficult stage for Liverpool, and that is where it could hinder our chances of going forward in the FA Cup. Now, I'm sure a lot of Liverpool fans watching this video will say, I don't care about the FA Cup. Fair enough, I do. I care about every trophy that we can win, and I say that to you, pardon me, because, I just nearly knocked my phone as well. I say that to you because I feel like Liverpool with a full squad have the ability to be the greatest squad of all time. And I feel like this season could have been the one to do it. Call me biased, but I think this could have been the season where we could have went. Maybe not for the League Cup, but FA Cup, Champions League, Premier League. I really felt like we could have done it. I really, really do. I don't know if you agree, but with these injuries, it's now like any one of them are good. Do you know, even if it's just the FA Cup and like second place in the league, like that's really, really good. But it's not what we want. We want to win all of them. The second we get knocked out of the FA Cup, it's going to be a disappointment. The second where I don't think this will happen, but the second we're out of the title race, we'll be very disappointed. The second we get knocked out of the Champions League, we're going to be disappointed, regardless of injuries. So that's why I'm trying to offer to you. We were pretty much going for all them. Now, we're buzzing if we get one, and when Jurgen's making mistakes like that, because now you've got to say that's a big mistake, or you've got to say the loss of Diogo Jota could maybe be the biggest loss of the season. Now, that's a big statement with Van Dijk and Alisson being injured multiple times, but I'm only offering that to you because we haven't had to miss Alisson too much, thank God, but also Van Dijk, Fabinho's fitted in quite well at the back. 2 goals in however many games, Fabinho starting, both of them were penalties. Van Dijk isn't really the problem right now. Would have taken back, absolutely, don't get it twisted. But do you get what I'm offering? It's just without Jota, who's been our most informed striker, maybe besides Salah, it's not ideal. And I've literally just sat down, I've got a blue top on. I was sitting in bed and I was actually planning on having a day off, like I said at the start of the video. And then this bullshit news came out about another fucking injury, pardon my language, but it... Like, yous are going to need to step up now, you little bastards. Listen, look at the camera and tell the people, will you score goals? Yes, we will score goals. Right. Are you going to do it well? Yes, we're going to do it well. And are you going to absolutely sausage Fulham everywhere when we play them on Sunday? And furthermore, spare a Tottenham Hotspur? Who the fuck are Tottenham Hotspur? Are we going to beat them as well? Yes, we are. Thank you very much. Right, Diogo Jota, you will be missed, but we're going to need to move on without your son. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Obviously, I'm devastated, people, but I'm done with ranting over injuries. Let's just go with the flow of fucking Liverpool. Do you know what I mean, mate? Like, we've done well this point with all these injuries. I don't think losing Diogo Jota is going to impact us too much. But notice the way I say too much, because obviously it will impact us. Now it's time for Bobby to step up, more importantly, because I'm talking about these two stepping up. Bobby needs to step up. He needs to keep this run of form 100%. Bobby, don't let me down.